Hey everybody, Christine Burke here, and my question to you is, are you living the life that you want? I was watching a video this morning and from the future, that's a person, and he was talking about being in business and how people get to know you and how people like you. And he talked about being authentic. Do people trust you? Do they know that you have the skills to back up what you say you do? He also talked about empathy. Do you really care for your clients? And he also talked about, do you have the logic? Okay, if you're trying to sell something, is it the right product or is it the right method? And it just really inspired me to come on and speak to you guys today because there is a lot of haters out there. And I know in talking to so many of you, you're not living the life that you want to live. So my question to you is, if you want to solve cases and be a forensic genetic genealogist and do great things in the world, specifically to my industry, maybe you're a police officer that's watching this, a detective, or even a chief or a sheriff, and you want more wins, you want more personal satisfaction. Give me just a few minutes to tell you who I am and what I'm all about and how I can get you there. So, talking about authenticity, I love when people ask me, well, they don't ask me, they send me the little snide DMs. Well, who do you think you are to do this? I can go on and on and on. But suffice to say that I've been a fighter. I've been seeking justice for a very long time. I was born at 2 pounds, went down to 1.5, stayed in an incubator for a very long time, but I'm still here. I started out as a short blonde female in the police department way back in the dinosaur age and was one of very few females. But I had a very successful career. I participated in my own jump street. I did great things as a detective, and I was the first female sergeant in my department. Now, what does that mean for you? It means that what I saw that I wanted, I went and did it. Okay. Nothing is going to hold me back. I say no is not an option. And I'm very thankful for what I learned in the police academy. Some of you heard, I say on videos, my nickname in high school was Dainty Christie. Well, now I have a mouth like a sailor, as my mom always liked to say, but I have an undefeatable attitude that I'm not going down. I'm going to keep getting back up, not only for myself, but for you and for all these victims. Okay. Now, for somebody who I like to say I'm allergic to responsibility, I raised my mom. You can talk to a counselor or see what that's all about. Not a great story, but it's surprising that I went into the police department and started being responsible for everybody, all the cases, protecting the other officers. We had each other's back and we were protecting the public. So, very funny that when I feel like I'm allergic to responsibility, I sure embrace it all the time. So now we're moving to that empathy, right? So if you want to talk about more credentials, I can give you my 9-page CV. A curriculum vitae is what they call it, right? It's not really a resume. It's much bigger. And if you want that, I'm happy to show it to you because there's a whole host of other things that I've done. So I just have to laugh at the BS and the little messages that come in. But what's a girl to do? Anyhow, going back to that empathy, my sole goal, whether it's rescuing you from a fire or a medical call or someone stalking you, or God forbid, whatever happened as a police officer, that desire is still in me today. And I want to give you that hand and reach out to you and say, I got you. I understand that this industry with genetic genealogy, it's brand new. You got this, oh God, do I have to go to college and I don't have the skills and I don't have this and how do I do it? I did it, okay? And I am here for you. I am still going to pull you out of the danger, if that's what you consider it. But more likely, I'd like to invite you on the adventure because I still today have the best job possible. I don't even consider it a job. And I want you to come along with me. I have empathy for you, for those of you that are working. If you're a police officer and it's depressing and God knows how you get up and do it every day and people are crapping all over you and these cases are going cold and it's frustrating and it's annoying and it's sad, it's horrible. That's not why we got in the job, right? I promise you I can help you. Just let me help you. And going back to the civilians who want to have excitement in your life, or you've been doing genealogy and you know maybe how amazing this is, but you just don't know how to get everything started, right? I got you, okay? My empathy, I understand those fears. If you haven't heard my story, in 2017, my life was smooth. I was doing great. And then my life blew up with this DNA drama and it became an absolute nightmare. And there was nobody there to help me. And I bitched and I moaned and I stomped my foot and I said, God, why would you do this to me? And then after a few years, a light bulb went on and I realized he didn't do it to me. He did it for me. And he did it for all of you, for all the victims, for those of you that want to join me on this quest. He gave me all the answers and he made me throughout my life perfectly positioned to help. And here I am. And in 2021, when I had that aha moment, I said, oh my goodness, I have to do something with this. Everybody needs this. The cops that can't get solves, the people that want to do this and have a rewarding career, and most of all, the victims and their families, going way back to where, I'm not going to tell you when, you can find that online, but way back to when I first started becoming a cop. My desire to help people and my understanding of all this has never changed. And it wasn't easy. I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew where I wanted to end up. Okay, so now we're going from empathy, we're going into that logic. I knew where I wanted to end up. I knew I had the goose that laid the golden egg. And I just started telling people about it. And more people embraced it. And bit by bit, we are doing great things. So, are you living the life that you want to lead? I'm not saying that everybody has to do genetic genealogy. I'm not saying that everybody has to work with me, but this is who I am and this is what I'm about. And so if you'd like to join me, I'd love for you to reach out because together we can make such a difference and do so much more for so many. So if you're ready to make a difference in somebody's life today, let me know. Have a great day and do what you love.